Do Americans not use the word slippy? In American English we'd usually say slippery instead. To American ears, most two-syllable word ending in y or ie is essentially a diminutive form. For example, in Australia members of a motorcycle gang are called bikies, but in the US they're bikers. To our ears, a bikie sounds like what a child would call their bicycle. It's a cultural quirk. Never in my 33 years of life in America have I ever heard the term slippy. Do a barrel roll. Sorry, first thing that came to mind. To add to what others have said, it's not a weird word to use here, it's basically not recognized as a word. It's just not a part of American English. Here Slippy is just a cartoon character's name. I used it growing up in the Appalachians, however, when I moved from the area people told me that it is not correct to say slippy and say slippery instead. I think the dictionary okays both, so it probably just depends where you are located and what their norms are. Yeah, that's not a word we'd use. We'd say slippery. Why waste time say lot word when few word do trick? Here in Atlantic Canada there are some regions where people say slippy. I know in Prince Edward Island, slippy is common. Here in Nova Scotia, slippery is more common. Aren't they born slippy? I mean, I'm way more likely to say slippy than retard. We say slippery. We don't say slippy. Even my autocorrect doesn't like it. We're also trying not to say retarded as a pejorative. In Canada we mostly say slippery, and we frown on using the re word. No, and many of us no longer use the word retarded either. We don't say artarded either. We try not to use the word retarded either. As noted, the usual term in that context in North America would be slippery. That said, I would use slippy, but only in a much rarer context, meaning something prone to slipping, rather than conditions likely to cause slipping. As in, these gears are a bit slippy. Side note, my browser's spell checker has flagged slippy as not a word. American, 36 years old. Never heard the word slippy used in regular conversation. When I hear that word, I think of the frog from Star Fox. Slippy sounds like some British nonsense. One thing we shouldn't say really is retarded in the context you used it. I'm not a super sensitive person when it comes to political correctness, and grew up saying that word. Then one time I said it in a corporate setting in front of someone. They kindly explained that their son was mentally handicapped, and hearing that term used that way was painful for them. Something about the way they explained it really hit me, and I've totally eradicated it from my vocabulary. Hopefully this helps someone else. Cheers!
If you enjoyed this video, please check out our playlists full of similar content. Epicaricast is like doom scrolling for your ears. Please like, share, and subscribe.